Was that a little bit early?
Nah, you're good. Go ahead, man. You're on.
Hey, yo, welcome to the Outspoken podcast. What's going on, Billy?
How you doing, young man?
I'm hanging, man.
What's going on, Big? What's going on, man?
Man, it's been an interesting week and definitely the last couple days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yesterday was a crazy day for our nation.
Absolutely.
Regardless of where you stand politically. Obviously, you can read the title there. Assassination attempt on Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to obviously touch on that and see if what that does for the country as a whole, and where people go and what people think and do, and if it brings down tension or if it ratchets it up or what happens, or see what happens. But we'll do our little intro real quick, and then we'll get right into it, man. Yeah, man. So what do you think, man? What was your reaction when I or when you first heard it, or when I sent it to wherever you were doing?
I was shocked, but not surprised.
Yeah.
Because tension's been boiling over.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's not something that you would want to see happen to any human being.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the tensions are really, really high, and it's shocking but not surprising, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you want to see to anybody, but you don't. In the political environment we're in, and the social media, basically, that you see stuff on social media, people's opinions and how things float, and people's temperaments and attitudes. It's not shocking to the point you're like, I can't believe that happened. Like the audacity, like somebody's gonna be stupid, do stupid shit. So the crazy part is that he didn't get stopped before he got a shot off. That's what's wild.
That is, I mean,
there's a failure there at some part,
Well, one thing I can say is we don't have all the facts.
A lot of video.
Right.
It was live.
A lot of video.
It was live though. Like I had it on. It was on live. I had it on my phone. I was watching because it had popped up on the phone on X, on Twitter. Before the shot went off, like there was like the rally and shit was going on. People were talking stuff online.
And they have the camera on the guy?
No, that was from people. When that was on social media, that was from people being posted.
No, what I'm saying, did people on X or wherever on social media, were they showing video of the guy?
Yeah. TMZ got a hold of that. TMZ has their logo across that footage. They're everywhere, man.
Everywhere, man.
That's just crazy.
Those guys are everywhere.
So earlier, it was reported by the media that a police officer confronted him, like went up the ladder or something on the back of the building. He turned the rifle towards him. The police officer went back down, and that's when he turned and attempted a shot. And then that's when he was shot from Secret Service snipers. So some people are claiming there's like 40-some seconds in between the time where they're just like scoping around and they're actually looking through the scope, like they've got him in their sights. But you don't know what's being said on the microphone. You don't know what's on the head, earpiece.
Right.
So I don't know. There's been all so many opinions, but if they did see him in the scope and there's like a footing around the building, so like they'll go like some like fast food establishments, they'll have like a facade that's up around the building, like so if you go up on the roof is flat here, but then on the right there's like a foot high of like stucco around the roof. So if he's laying down, it appears maybe you couldn't see a rifle at the time if they're looking. What if he was just some kid was trying to get up there and watch Trump? He was just wanting to see him from wherever, not get it. I don't know what their thought process is or was, but yeah, he got a shot off. So killed somebody.
And we got it's a couple people that are in very, very, very serious conditions.
Yeah, critical condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Heart goes out to
their families and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything, man. It sucks. It just sucks all the way around.
It really does. It really does.
You know, I see a lot of comments saying, "Oh, he's definitely won the election now." This and that. I was like, well, I mean, I don't think that changes anybody's. If you were, particularly if you're already one way or the other, I don't think you're going to change your vote because of, you know, what took place yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody. Do you think that people sway based off of that?
I don't know. You can just never say. I think people are pretty hard line where they are, but there's always
that middle ground. The independent type voter and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that it. I don't know that it sways the numbers people believe it would sway based on social media hype. You know, so many accounts posting, but these people already were supporting of Trump. So I think now he's definitely going to win. Like, I don't know, you know. But, you know. What you got there, man? Straight vodka? Woo.
Woo.
Yeah, right, yeah. You got water?
Little ice water here, man.
Yeah.
The cool water from the cooler.
So what do you think? I mean, is just no hype behind it, huh? You just whatever.
It's still pretty shocking, man.
I thought it wasn't.
Because, well, it's shocking that it happened. You know, people think about all these things all the time. I mean, you know, sometimes when
you
I
okay?
think so.
Here you talk.
I mean, I think so. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was the whole time Obama was in office. I was never like felt comfortable like him being anywhere doing anything, especially on that walk.
The first black, like
you know, especially on that walk.
When they got out of the car and they walked.
Yeah, man.
Inauguration day. Yeah.
I was
because there was buildings. There were buildings and windows and all that stuff, man.
Yeah. So, you know, when the political climate is as impactful and as aggressive, I should say, it's really aggressive right now, and it's a lot of tension. I think it's more tension in this election than it was the last time, the last election.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, a lot of stuff's transpired since the last election happened.
Right.
I mean, even after the election happened, you know, when Trump, you know, he claims that, you know, he won the election. A lot of people believe that.
People believe that, right?
No, and people that believe it was stolen, believe the courts all,
right.
So, you know, whatever, you know, whatever their beliefs are, but people still believe it's rigged and stolen. I mean, it's, you know, he had kind of got that fired up, and then the January 6th stuff. You know, the timing on that, you know, he ended his speech and they walked down right when they were getting ready to certify the votes, and he tweeted about Mike Pence, and then everybody's ready to hang Mike Pence. it's wild, man. So,
man, his vice president, man. You know, I mean, this is his right. You know, this is his vice president. He's like, get Pence. You know, and
well, he's not. He didn't endorse him, so I mean, Mike Pence is out of the game. But if you wanted to have me hung, I probably wouldn't be backing you either. But with that being said, he's running for president again. Now they've already doxed the not doxed, but the media released his information. I think he was like 20 years old, and he registered Republican. The guy who did the guy who the shooter, and he was a registered Republican. But they said he donated to. In like 2021, he donated to a PAC that has ties to Democrat backings or something like that. So, you know, I don't know if any of that matters at all, but obviously deranged. And it's also been reported a little while ago, I don't know if you saw it, it said that he had explosive devices like in or around his vehicle and in his home. So, no telling what he was planning, man. I mean, you know. I don't know, brother.
I don't know either, man. You know, it's not much that I'm lost for words, but just thinking about that whole situation. Was there a glass shield around the back?
No,
It was wide open, right?
it's just 2 teleprompters. Matter of fact, I've seen different things. He said he got shot. Trump did in a post, but somebody had the picture from the back where because people were everywhere. People had their phones out for the whole, just recording him in general.
Yeah. And just going live.
And there are 2 teleprompters, and you can see after he's on when the Secret Service is over top of him, he's on the ground. The teleprompter on the right side has like a hole, or glass broke out of it. So, as people said, projectile or was it projectile like of the glass
right
hit him in the ear and it cut him, and then not versus the bullet actually because the bullet went through that around that way and behind him. So I don't know. I mean, he didn't die. He was out golfing today. So, but do you think that brings, because his wife put out a statement saying about temperament or something about tampering stuff down in a nutshell. You think that will ratchet stuff up, or you think that? I mean, I ultimately think it's up to him to come out and say something to bring down the temperature.
I think so too, but
he's an entertainer, like we've talked before.
Yeah, man. I just think he's gonna find a way to ramp it up, man. I mean, just like with the fist pump.
Oh, wait. He said wait 3 times. You want him to wait, and then
so
he did his little thing like, this opportunity right here. I'm gonna eat this up. Yeah.
Like, hold on, I need my shoes. I'd be like, man, get me out of here.
But that's and that's another thing too. That's the other thing on social media about the time and how everything went. In 2016, they showed an event he was at. He was speaking, and someone said there was a gun in the crowd. They bent him over and hauled him off the stage.
Right.
And I don't even think anything was in the crowd. I just think if somebody yelled, like fire in the movie theater type deal. I'm not sure what the end result was with that. But with this, there was no move. It was just like let him stand back up for a minute. Like you don't know how many shooters there are. It was kind of odd. It was very odd.
Yeah. And you don't know which direction they're coming from.
No.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'd like to hear some people's opinions on that because, I've read so many people's comments. I mean, it's the biggest thing in the world at the moment, and a lot of folks saying, they said they neutralized the shooter, so it was okay. But in an event like that, and if somebody's on a roof, you don't know if there's 3 or 4 more people on a roof somewhere. Right. I mean,
you don't know how many there are.
Yeah, the goal should be to get into the car and go, and the car is always ready. The car is protected. That whole detail is ready to go. So I don't know the whole letting him do the. I mean, the fist pump. You're saying hey, I'm determined. This and that. He took advantage of the situation, which is fine. But to allow him to do that, they should have been hauling him to the car.
Right.
Screw your shoes. We get you some new shoes tomorrow. Just let's go.
Get your shoes. Get your
if
socks,
you're dead, you can't get no new shoes, bro. So let's just roll. So
some people have shoes on in the casket, man.
Hey, man, that's fine. But he can get shoes put on if he's standing up. He can get shoes put on.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
So I found that to be odd. I just don't know the whole protocol, the way they handled it.
I don't know, man. This is just so. I mean, just everything about every time he's on the campaign trail is just strange. It's strange, and Biden did come out and make a statement.
Yeah, he came out. Yeah. He's going to address the nation tonight as well. I don't know what time. But he did talk to Trump last night.
He did.
Yeah, he attempted to reach him. He was with doctors or something, but he did talk to him last night, I read. But he did talk to him, though, at some point. And I heard that he canceled his campaign ads as well for the moment. So, we'll see how that goes.
It's such an interesting time because there's still a race for the presidency. And there's still you still have to push your agenda.
But keep your foot on the gas, so to speak.
Yeah, right. But it's still a very delicate time because we're here mid July, and the election is getting closer and closer every day.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, I know some people are probably soured by this. I mean, I don't think. We're such a different world. I wouldn't want to see anyone assassinated. I mean, I feel like in the 60s, the country saw enough of that crap. And I just thought there was a different way to deal with this. But I mean, the voters box is supposed to be the way, but
That's the way to handle it. Yeah, by voting.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm. And look, Trump doesn't deserve to be shot for his opinions on how he, what his beliefs are. But when you stoke the process, when you light it on fire and tell everybody that it's rigged, the people who trust you, because like, let me say this. So earlier you mentioned Obama, and I don't know, you and I don't discuss how we vote. We've never, just because we mention something doesn't mean that's how we vote always. You just don't know. Right. But if let's say any president that you trusted or you voted for, if that president came forward and told you, listen, I won this. This is some rigged shit here. If Obama had walked down and told people that, people who trusted Obama would have been like, he's telling us the truth.
Right.
So you have to put yourself in other people's shoes just for a moment. Like, I mean, they must really believe this stuff, man. So it's like, if you light that process on fire and you've been stoking that for a couple of years now, that doesn't mean you deserve to get shot. I'm not trying to tell it to get, not at all.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying
that.
But you're saying at the ballot box, but if they don't trust the process of the ballot box, then what do you have? That's exactly what I was saying. Like you've not you, but Trump's kind of eliminated that process that you know what I mean? And exhausted all the legal,
all of the legal things
resources that he had,
that would have been, there's a lot of people soured in regards to how the legal process has been going in regards to him. But that's why it's important whenever your party has power, you need to harness your power and use it. And the Republicans do that. And a lot of times the Democrats don't.
See, he actually states the opposite. He says the Democrats will stick together and get shit done when they're in office, but he said Republicans don't stand up and they don't do that. Like right now, the House has majority Republicans, but they have so many different like caucuses or different environments in there with different groups that they can't even get shit passed without Democrats' help. They should be able to. They have the majority, even though it's slim.
Well, typically I think that's an oddity in today's society because of because he's so polarizing. He has fractionalized the Republican Party.
Absolutely. People have broke off into factions.
Exactly.
Right. They're not just Republican. They're either, or like you have that also in the Democrat Party. Democrats will vote for, but they'll all still vote together though. Whereas this group
not
over
always.
Here, well, that's true. What I mean is, if it's for
they should have voted in some of the justices, and they didn't do it. They let the Democrats back when they had access to do it.
You mean they needed Ginsburg to retire, step down? They couldn't just vote somebody in. She had to step down. She didn't. She died during Trump's term.
That's right.
So the last year, the lame duck session of Obama,
right?
That's when the Department of Justice, what's his name? Losing my brain here. Anyway, he's appointee now for that, but he was up. Garland was up for to be nominated for Supreme Court Justice. Mitch McConnell, at the time, who had majority in the Senate, where he wasn't going to get appointed, he said, no, we're going to hold off because we're in an election season. The voters will decide at the ballot box in November. Whoever wins, we'll hold it the following year, and that person will get it.
Right.
So they held off one there. That's one. That was Gorsuch, I believe. He got it first. And then the next one, when she died, he brought in, what's the one? Kavanaugh. And then the last pick that he got to do was Amy Coney Barrett, because she died because of Ginsburg dying. And guess what? That was in his last year. That was a vote. They did that like a month before we voted.
Right.
But they said, well, now we're still in power for that position. We don't care about that rule. We're rolling with it.
Right. And
so,
but that was my point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they still had access to do it, so they did it.
Yeah, but you said that the Democrats don't. Democrats didn't have an opportunity because they didn't have power at the time in 2016 before the election, or 15, whenever the election, 16. And then Ginsburg did not retire. There was a lot of friction there because if she would have retired, like say she retired, and right, he could have got somebody in right then. So when she died, they put somebody in. Trump was able to put another person on there of a certain belief system, let's just say.
Right.
Even though
it's working for him. It's been working for him.
Yeah, that last ruling recently, yeah.
So,
but that works more than just Trump's favor, though. That's the thing. You gotta be careful with that because that leads other presidents, people to run for president, who have no business being president because of certain rules that won't apply to them.
I would say this: anyone that is elected president has every right to be the president. I'm just gonna say.
That's not what I said. The people who shouldn't be, I said shouldn't be, can get certain things done under that law, though. Is what I'm getting at.
I got you.
Because now any trial that he's had, apparently you can't use any of the evidence that's been used in the trials while he was president. You're not privy to that. So if anybody heard anything while he was president, like any testimony or anything like that, that's done. What are you gonna do?
So they have come back and said he just got some shards of glass. Is that what the report was?
That's what the report. But he's saying he got shot. That's what I think. I read one of his one of the news outlets posted his Truth Social's tweet or whatever, and it said that he said he was shot. So I mean, I don't know, but I haven't seen any doctor reports or anything like that. Just different opinions, really. I mean, I've seen some people say if he had got hit by the bullet, it would have blew the ear off because of what the round was. So I don't know. 150 yards.
Those you said it was an AR-15.
That's what they said. AR-15 style rifle.
Pretty big rounds.
Yeah. Well, the shell's large, but I mean, you see what it did. It killed a gentleman and put two people, critically in the hospital.
Critical condition, which is
yeah,
super sad because they were just out on out of the rally, trying to support the candidate. Had nothing to do with
it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. My heart goes out to those people and their family because, man, it's no fun losing somebody close to you.
No, and if that's your candidate, you're going to a rally and you think you're going there to cheer and do your thing, woo, and you end up, or your family member who's excited to go, they end up being dead or in the hospital. It's just over someone who has their own agenda or opinion and wants to carry it out, like you said, not the ballot box, but through a lethal force.
I would like to hear more about what happened. From when they discovered the shooter to when they shot the shooter.
Are you going to hear that? They're getting ready to have. I think tonight. So. Biden's supposed to touch on some of that. He got briefed today on like what was the breakdown. Was there a breakdown in communication? Because he was asked. His campaign asked if they could get more Secret Service agents. Now, if you go online and read some people, they'll say no, he didn't get anybody, but they confirmed he did receive more assistance like he asked for.
Who Trump did? Who we talking about?
Trump, yeah.
So he was able to get more agents.
He was able to get more Secret Service agents, yes.
For the rally or after now that he's been the attempted.
I don't know when he requested it recently. He was granted. His request was granted.
Okay.
So I don't know for what specific event, if it was this or what, but there were two teams on this: the sheriff's department or police department there in the county where he was, and Secret Service, which had lead. So. But still, there's a breakdown in communication somewhere. I mean, how does a dude get on a roof 150, yards away?
When nobody's seeing him.
When the people saw him, that's what I was telling you. The people actually had cell phones of him on the roof, like from me to like the wall right here. Like he was right there, and they were like, yelling. I mean, it's crazy, man.
That's what I want to see.
That's all. There's so many people who had video cameras running. It's if you tape, you can piece it all together. It's all over. But I told you this report of an officer confronting him up. He went up the ladder, or whatever, however he got to the roof. He turned the rifle on him. The officer retreated, and then that's when he turned back around and was able to get the shots off. So I guess you could look at the officer two ways. The officer interrupted his focus on the shot he was going to take,
Right.
which would have saved Trump. Or by going back down, there's other people or there's another individual who's passed now, but Trump's not dead. So I don't, I guess it all sucks. It just sucks to be any one of those people.
Right.
Because you're going to get hate mail, you're going to get death threats. You didn't handle this properly. I mean, it's just going to be so much shit behind that.
It's going to be a heavy investigation.
As soon as it is, they already said they're going to call everybody in. I guess this week start grilling, like they want to know what happened. But
Right.
A lot of the media, there's like a little media pool where off stage that films everything. All the major outlets. Right when it happened, they all turned around like rally attendees started turning around and blaming the media. This is your fault. This is all your fault. And stuff like that. And
they're just doing a job.
Well, that's what I said. It's gonna. I'm not sure it tampers anything down. It's up to him, I would think, to do that. You would agree with that assessment?
Yeah. So we got a message in from Zero the Wanderer. It says, I saw I guess that's 4chan post.
4chan?
4chan. I'm not sure what that is.
Claiming to be the guy, sniper, obviously anonymous.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, had the shooter in the sights for 3 minutes. When the sniper looked away to get orders from whoever was in charge. Well, yeah, so I saw 40-some seconds of video footage from, if you actually watch the rally where you can see him from the person's phone, they were just standing up looking around. When they laid down, let me see, he posted something else here.
Man, that is forever. 3 minutes?
Well, I thought it was 40-some seconds, but he's saying 3 minutes.
Man, that's a long time. 3 minutes is a very long time.
Yeah, they didn't have clearance to fire. Yeah, well, but also that 4chan post came from a different time zone. I know, I read it a little while ago. It said he was trying to let everybody know he was told by the higher brass that he couldn't fire or whatever. He's one of the people to know.
Comment Zero.
Yeah, appreciate it. But that's, somebody said, well, maybe he's using a VPN. That's why it's showing somewhere else and all this other stuff. But whatever. It's 4chan, man. I don't know.
No, what is 4chan? I'm not familiar with that. Is that like a...
We'll just say like a... What do you think, Zero? It's like a Reddit type deal,
Oh, okay.
But it's, I don't know much about it. But I do know I've seen screenshots of the 4chan post he's talking about, though.
Okay. Yeah, it's disturbing that they had that much time. It's disturbing even 40 seconds because this is the thing, that cop, when he came up on the ladder, was he behind the shooter?
Yeah, so the 4chan is an anonymous forum thing, essentially. So it's like you post, but the guy said his name, though. Anybody, he's sitting in here, anybody can post anything without paper trail. So not like Reddit at all, then.
Right. Yeah,
it's like a Reddit post, like a forum to go into, but without having to post who you are and register and all that kind of stuff.
Right. No link.
Yeah.
No trail. Okay.
Yeah. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Zero.
But yeah, so apparently the cop went up behind him, and when he turned around with the rifle, the cop went back down. So,
I mean, when I've seen comments and saw him, shouldn't he have shot him? Shouldn't he have just shot him?
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Was he facing or was he behind?
Doesn't matter. He should have probably, most likely he should have shot him. Yeah, but again, people were commenting saying like Uvalde, like Texas. Some police officers didn't want to make the leap to go in because of the situation. Some people don't get paid enough. There's so many different opinions on that stuff. If he shoots,
that's a startling. That is that's a startling situation.
But here's one. There's people on the ground though yelling the dude's name now the video could be overlapped with audio, so you got to be cautious on that one.
You do in today's
video,
world, man.
The TMZ logo was on it, but I don't know about the audio on that one.
Right.
But apparently they're yelling his name, his full name of the shooter, as if they know he's up there. And there was reports as well that he was at the magnetometers, and he got suspicious and he bounced from there. So he didn't go into the rally, and then he made his way around to that. Like, how would he know? And here's the other issue too: is how did he know exactly where he was going to go versus where they were going to be set up to watch? I don't know. I've seen people, CIA.
I think we'll probably find this out as the investigation pursues.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of that there, brother. I was just being courteous. I appreciate you coming on and commenting though.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's just a crazy event. I think that I think the fist pump with the blood and all, that's going to be a picture.
Oh, that definitely
infamy, man. That's going to live forever. I mean, it's a powerful picture. It's I mean, he's an opportunist. He took that shit. I mean, wait. It wasn't for the shoes. He wanted to get that hand out there and let him know, look, I'm good. Like,
well, what you got to remember now, Billy,
crazy,
is that where we are now in time, it's even bigger than the picture. All of these videos will be available. It's not like when we were coming up, when we went to school, we had these outdated books that we were looking at with pictures in them.
Yeah.
Now kids have tablets. Imagine what's going to be in 20 years. What they're going to have access to. And so all of this stuff will be able to be recalled.
That's what I was telling you about piecing together. They'll be able to piece together. Like, you can take someone's phone and you can actually see if it's an actual video that was taken, not doctored. Like, if it's filmed from the phone, and they can put all that shit together from everybody, because the place had people all around. Just filming. Everybody's filming.
Right, with technology, yeah.
Major news cameras were there. There was aerial cameras. I mean, there was stuff where you can piece everything together. This will come out on where the failure was. In my opinion, it's a failure. Whether you like him or not is irrelevant on security detail failures. You know what I mean? That's a failure.
Right.
Anytime someone can get a shot off outside of a venue, there's a perimeter failure. There's a failure there. I mean, whether someone didn't speak up, whether someone paused, whether someone got nervous. I'm not saying that they should be persecuted for life. I'm just telling you that there's a failure there on someone's part.
I mean, it could have been something where somebody called out, or somebody went in the restroom, even though they're supposed to have an overlap if somebody's got to go to the restroom,
Yeah, well,
like you said, it's absolutely a failure.
Like Zero here was saying, he was commenting that, we waited for 3 minutes. We had him in the sights, if that's true, whatever, but he didn't get the orders, so he waited. But here's the other thing. Did he actually, because I told you earlier, there's like a facade around the roof he was on, has like an extra foot of like building around so the roof is lower. The roof set is lower. So if I'm laying down, all you see is my head and my top, you don't necessarily, unless I put the rifle up.
So it's almost an ideal place to hide.
It's almost eyesight height. Yeah. From that distance.
Right.
So the advantage point, I think he may have been, I don't know what the height was on the building that the snipers were on, but they don't think they were much higher than him. So let's say they think it's a kid what if he's just trying to watch Trump from afar, not come into the rally? I mean, you don't, do you just shoot somebody because you see him standing there? Because today you get crucified if you do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
but I think it's easy to see in the sights if somebody has a gun.
Not. That's what I was telling you. He's laying down flat. The wall is about this tall around the building from the roof. So if
shouldn't they have had that covered? I mean, there should have been.
Yeah, but it's a ways. So the rally is like, say the stage is here and Trump's facing this way. There's two sharpshooters on the roof behind him, looking out that way into the field. The building's off in it's like a grocery store complex type deal. I don't know. It's gonna come out. I mean, obviously there'll be interviews. There's gonna be stuff happening. People are gonna be talking. We'll find out.
More will come.
Yeah.
More to come. Yeah.
So, matter of fact, we need to get on and talk once we get some updates and find out what the word is. Elon Musk did a post, which I thought he knows what he's doing. He comes out, he's in support of Trump, but he posted the director of the Secret Service, it's a female, and he put her like bio, and it says she was like head security for like Pepsi Company, right? So it stops after that. He didn't post the rest of it, where she did like 17 or 23 years of Secret Service,
Right.
and she was like vice president at the time. Biden's like on his detail or whatever. Like she's been in the game for a long time. He left that off though, so like she was guarding a bag of Doritos or something, or Cheetos or something like that was like where she came from. But he left off the other like portion of her job that she had done for years. Yeah, if all that's even true, is that we'll find that out too in the hearing. They'll be great. But why would the senators and why would they all confirm her if they didn't feel
she was qualified?
Yeah, I'm seeing she's a DEI hire because she's a female. And then they're saying no females should be Secret Service agents because the females looked like they were frantic and couldn't handle themselves. And that's coming from Trump supporters. Not just that's from everybody across the spectrum. They're like, oh, look, women can't, it's just, that's what I said, man. It stirs a pot for a lot of people.
Oh, for so many things.
It's crazy, dude.
So many things. There's going to be a lot to talk about on this. I just hope that this can be a peaceful election season. In the regard,
you mean going forward?
Yeah,
going forward.
Yeah, going forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
and I think honestly and truly, you asked me a question earlier. You asked me a question earlier, and I think this will help Trump because he's such a colorful commentator when it comes to things.
Polarizing.
I think he's definitely polarizing. But just the conversation that he's going to give about when he was, he's going to talk about this, and he's going to say, things that are just going to unite the people that follow. Like, I knew all of these people were with me, and I can hear it, man.
Hey, man.
I think it's free. Yeah,
he's not colorful. He's just orange. Hey, maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know, but it's only certain areas. But anyways, but it doesn't, But on a serious note, so what the way he'll put off, it'll be a very dramatic, popping conversation. Yeah, he's gonna be like, they want to take me out, and it's gonna be deep state. It's gonna be Biden. I mean, I almost bet you it's gonna be some crazy off the wall, like the furthest shit you could fetch. It's gonna be like brought in with some real stuff. Like it's gonna be like a mixture, just some goodies, and I'm
pretty sure he'll give us a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, a lot of content, but it's still sad that it happened. I'm sorry, for the families that lost a loved one and the two people who are, like I said, critically injured. Really, it's not. Again, man, we were supposed to say ballot box, go, you vote, but he has scorched the idea that voting has a meaning, like it's rigged. You scream that the boy who cried wolf almost.
Right.
You do that so many times, and people who trust you, like I mentioned about trusting Obama. Like if you trusted Obama or you trusted a previous president, Bush, I don't care if Bush came forward and said, "Hey, the election's rigged. Like I won this," and of course they had that thing with him and Al Gore in Florida and all. But if he didn't come forward and say the election was rigged, they let the court handle it. Court decided and ruled in Bush's favor, and he moved on and became president. That's what you should do for the best of the country. And see, and like now, when we say we'll go to the box and vote, well, half the team doesn't believe in that because they've been told not to.
Right. And that's where the issue arises.
That's why it's sometimes best to just, because 61 or 62 court decisions all ruled against anything that would have overturned the election. You know what I'm saying? It's almost just like you're beating a dead horse, but you're telling the people who want to hear it.
Right.
And then it sways people. Now, does that mean everything was perfect in the election? No, I don't believe it was, and it's never going to be. But anywho, man, we'll come back and update on that once we, get some more information. More information. Yeah, there's plenty of it out there. And the reason why I didn't post any clips or we didn't post any photos is because a lot of people are claiming it's like the right to their stuff. they want to be paid for these images and for you know, and there's nothing wrong with supporting people. You want to go pay them, go ahead. But it's so much available on the internet. We just don't need to post anything to get hit by any type of copyright or any issues like that.
Right. We don't want to
So we can just talk about it, and you folks can go browse the web. There's plenty of it on there.
And as you watch, I mean, we're live now, but if you're watching this after the live, you can still comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. So I do appreciate Zero. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Yep.
And thanks for watching us. But big man, I'm done on that. For now.
I think that's all we got, brother.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to that's a lot of content for a long time. It's gonna be. It's unfortunate, but it's just like, man. But next time we can focus on what we hear as more comes out.
Right.
You know, we can get into like him having explosives in his car and his home. Like, what was he thinking, man?
Who he was. I mean, what
you know, and check this out.
20 years old.
Whether he's Republican or Democrat, right? 20, yeah, whatever. He, what was he if he would have shot Trump? Does he realize that the shit that would have been stirred up if he'd have been successful? You know, no,
he can't.
He don't care. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right,
dude. You know, man, I don't know. It's just crazy. That's what I'm saying. There's other topics we could get onto and roll into. It's just not enough time, you know, to do it all in one session, you know. So, but we'll hook up.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get it going. Thank you everyone for coming on and checking us out. Make sure you like this video if you can for me. Subscribe, and Big and I'll come back on. We are live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you didn't catch the drift by the constant little banner down there. But yeah, we'll try to get together one day this week and shoot a little something and do a little update.
Right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Billy.
Y'all take care. All right, Big.
Appreciate
Thanks, man.
Peace.